Have you ever wanted to do chores for a living? Have you ever dreamed of a world where your toys were actually alive? Are you the child of a broken home, struggling to cope with the traumatic environment you were surrounded by? Have you ever wanted to spend your days running around with a plug in your butt?
That's what she said.
Actually, let me rephrase that. Have you ever wanted to spend your days running around with an AC power cable coming out of your butt? Was that better? If you answered yes or no to any of these questions, I think you would love Chibi Robo. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to say that there will be spoilers in the video, so if you have not played Chibi Robo, I highly recommend you play it before watching. If you have played it though, here is your love letter to Chibi Robo, as articulated by some random guy on the internet. In the world of gaming, few titles blend emotion, narrative, and gameplay as seamlessly as Chibi Robo. This underrated gem invites players into the Sanderson household where they take on the role of a tiny, diligent robot tasked with daily chores. What begins as a simple cleaning job quickly evolves into a profound exploration of family dynamics and personal struggles. Chibi Robo's story begins with the Sanderson family celebrating Jenny's birthday. Mr. Sanderson reveals Chibi Robo as a gift, hoping to bring joy to the family and ease the burden of household chores. However, his wife, Mrs. Sanderson, views Chibi Robo as a frivolous expense, exacerbating their financial strain. As Chibi Robo begins his duties, the player quickly realizes that they can navigate spaces and observe the family in ways a larger character couldn't. This almost voyeuristic perspective allows the player to become a silent observer, witnessing the family's dynamics and personal struggles without being intrusive. While picking up trash and cleaning the house might seem trivial, each task reveals something new about the family. For instance, cleaning up after Mr. Sanderson's late-night projects sheds a light on his desperate attempts to contribute financially, and his desire to repair his marriage. Tidying up Jenny's room reveals her frog-themed psychosis, triggered by her struggle to understand her parents' tension.
It's not easy being green.
These small acts of maintenance and care do more than just tidy up the physical space. They push the narrative forward, gradually unveiling the deeper emotional layers of each character. When cleaning at night, we learn that Mr. Sanderson sleeps on the couch, a subtle but meaningful clue to the state of his marriage. Mrs. Sanderson's initial resentment towards Chibi Robo reveals her overwhelming stress and isolation. She feels her husband isn't taking anything seriously, but gradually softens as she begins to appreciate Chibi Robo's quiet, unwavering support. As Chibi Robo continues his small acts of kindness and repair, the family members start to open up, leading to moments of emotional breakthrough and reconciliation. This gradual transformation is not just about fixing broken items around the house, but about healing the emotional rifts within the family, making each interaction a step towards their collective well-being. Through this nuanced character development, Chibi Robo's storytelling intertwines with its gameplay, offering players a profound and engaging experience. As the history of the family unfolds, the player begins to uncover the intricate, interconnected stories within the Sanderson household, adding layers of complexity to the narrative. One significant aspect of this storytelling is the spiders.
Why, spiders?
Small, robotic spiders that Chibi Robo must defeat. Initially, these creatures seem like mere obstacles, but as Chibi Robo battles them, he uncovers more about their creation, leading to the revelation that Mr. Sanderson built them. This discovery shifts our perception of Mr. Sanderson from a lazy, struggling individual to a well-meaning, guilt-ridden man who quit his job due to the unintended consequences of his own inventions. By defeating the spiders, Chibi Robo inadvertently opens up a major revelation that puts much of the family's dynamic into perspective, revealing Mr. Sanderson's absence as a father to be the product of his guilt. Mrs. Sanderson's story is similarly complex and interconnected. Initially portrayed as overly stressed and critical, Chibi Robo's interactions revealed deeper layers of her character. Her resentment towards her husband is not just about financial stress, but also stems from feelings of isolation and loneliness. As Chibi Robo uncovers hidden family photos and personal items, it becomes clear that Mrs. Sanderson longs for happier, simpler times, and is overwhelmed by the current strain on her family. This realization impacts her relationship with Mr. Sanderson, and she begins to see his efforts and struggles in a new light, leading to a gradual softening of her attitude towards him. The brilliance of Chibi Robo lies in how these stories are woven together. None of the family members' struggles exist in isolation. They all impact one another. The actions of Chibi Robo, defeating the spiders, tidying up, and repairing household items, are reflective of the conflicts that the family members are experiencing. This interplay of gameplay and narrative not only engages players, but underscores the powerful theme that small actions can lead to significant emotional healing. As Chibi Robo delves deeper into the secrets of the household, he discovers a deactivated Giga Robo, an older, larger robot model that once served the family but was shut down due to high electrical costs. Giga Robo's presence in the game introduces themes of adapting to change, the effects of technological progress on our lives, and the poignant feeling of being left behind as time goes on. Giga Robo, now lifeless and covered in dust, represents a bygone era, a reminder of the Sanderson family's past. Through Chibi Robo's efforts to reactivate Giga Robo, players are reminded of the impact of technological advancement, not only the positive aspects, but also the drawbacks, such as increased energy consumption and inevitable obsolescence. The process of bringing Giga Robo back to life is an apt metaphor for the struggle to keep up with a rapidly changing world and the emotional toll it takes on those who feel left behind. Giga Robo's reactivation is more than just a technical task, it's an emotional journey. The effort to restore Giga Robo mirrors the family's own struggles to reconnect and adapt to their changing circumstances. This quest highlights the importance of remembering and honoring the past while finding ways to move forward. The Sanderson family's rediscovery of Giga Robo's significance parallels their journey towards healing, understanding, and making their family whole. Oh yeah, also, the toys are alive? So, once the Sandersons go to bed, the household becomes a lively stage for an ensemble of sentient toys, each with their own unique personalities and stories. These characters add a whimsical charm to the game. And let's not forget about the aliens. Yes, at one point, actual aliens visit the Sanderson household, adding a bizarre but delightful twist to the narrative. These random yet endearing events and characters transform the house into a vibrant world full of surprises and mysteries that need to be solved. These elements may seem disconnected from the main narrative, but they actually tie into the overall story beautifully, enriching the game experience and making the Sanderson house feel like a place where anything can happen. Chibi Robo masterfully balances emotional storytelling with lighthearted moments, seamlessly tying gameplay into the discovery of story elements. Through small acts of kindness and repair, players uncover the intricate, interconnected lives of the Sanderson family, the toys, and an alien race, transforming mundane tasks into meaningful experiences. Chibi Robo is a testament to the power of storytelling in games, showing that even the smallest actions can lead to profound emotional journeys and unforgettable adventures. Having played the game as an 11-year-old kid, Chibi Robo left a profound impact on me, an impact that went far beyond its engaging gameplay and charming characters. It was one of those rare games that stayed with me long after I put down the controller, resonating with me on a deep, personal level. As a kid, I was like a real-life Chibi Robo. A small, innocent spectator standing in the wings, watching as my family fell apart, desperately trying to pick up the pieces as I followed behind, only to run out of energy, forced to give up to try again the next day. Anyway, Chibi Robo might seem like a simple game about household chores and whimsical adventures, but it's the way it delves into the emotional undercurrents of the Sanderson family that truly struck a chord with me. The game doesn't rely on grand, dramatic moments to convey its narrative. Instead, it uses the small, everyday interactions and tasks to slowly reveal the complexities of each character. This approach made the story feel incredibly real and relatable. Cleaning the house was one thing, but helping a family heal and grow was incredibly rewarding. For me, Chibi Robo was impactful because it was a game that dared to be different. It didn't rely on action-packed sequences or complex mechanics to engage players. Instead, it offered a quiet, introspective journey that made me reflect on my own life and relationships. It was a reminder that sometimes the smallest actions can lead to the most profound changes. And then there was Jenny, whose obsession with frogs, while humorous, in retrospect, is clearly a stress-induced psychosis, a coping mechanism for dealing with the dysfunction of her home, a comment on the vulnerability of children and how they often perceive and react to the world around them in ways we might not immediately understand. But at the time, I just thought she was f***ing weird. I recently replayed Chibi Robo, and this is why I love it. It is a fun and cute game that I think perfectly exemplifies the idea that video games can be a powerful medium for storytelling and emotional exploration without being mechanically complex or boring. It is a bright and colorful game that isn't afraid to tackle the complexities of isolation, guilt, and amphibious delusion. It is a simple and goofy game that lives rent-free in my head and reminds me of the power of empathy, understanding, and the impact of small acts of kindness. And also, you get to run around with a plug in your butt. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. And if you do what you know what to do, I would be very appreciative. And let me know how you feel about Chibi Robo in the comments. Did it have as profound an impact on you as it did for me, or am I just a victim of nostalgia? Anyway, thanks again for sticking through to the end. I'm gonna go write another essay.